Today we're going to rank the rookie wide receivers and put them into tiers. This will be the last time we do this before the NFL draft. And then after that, we're going to have to re-rank them again with their new landing spots. But right now, let's dig into these rookies and tiers on the tier maker. But before we dig in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's really going to help you going forward, building your dynasty teams and getting ready for your rookie drafts. I'm here with the rankings. I'm here with the values and everything else. 365 days a year with multiple videos a day. But let's get this cracking. A1 here. We're going to start off with Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's not in a tier of his own. I don't really regard him as like a Jamar Chase type of talent, but he is the wide receiver one of this class. I just don't think A1 and A, there's not too much far away from them. I think they're very close in talent, but I do look at Jackson Smith-Njigba as being the better prospect, getting the better draft capital, and being the wide receiver one for the NFL. And for us, when it comes to Dynasty fantasy football, but A2 or A or whatever you want to call that, these prospects ain't too far off, and we're looking at Jordan Addison. Good production profile, good breakout age, very nuanced, sticky hands, ball skills. It's got just about everything you want but the size. But again, draft capital is going to be there, production going to be there, something that you're going to want on your dynasty team, and he's going to be an asset in dynasty for a long bit. Same with Zay Flowers, and a little bit of an older prospect, came out a little bit later. However, he's been productive. He can get downfield and get you air yards. He also has that dog mentality. I like him a lot. When you're in a tier, that doesn't mean I like guy over another guy or anything like that. Mix and match. I diversify a lot, so tiers work best for me. Quentin Johnston, a lot of people were down on him, and I understand, but I look at him at value as well, and I think he's going to be a good discount for a first-round wide receiver, unless he falls to the second and things might change, but good after the catch, good size-adjusted athleticism, and a guy that can get you that yak, and I think that could allow you to get something in your rookie drafts. Could be a steal in some drafts because some people are really down on him. Now we're going to Tier B. Tier B, you can probably guess some of these receivers, but I do like Josh Downs. I like him a lot. He's going to be a second rounder, more than likely in this year's draft. Good breakout age, good production metrics, good ball skills for the size. Lines up in the slot a lot, but he can be a good slot receiver at the next level. Might be like Elijah Moore or whatever, but Josh Downs can be very effective, especially in the right offense. And I also like Marvin Mims. The thing about him is he gets downfield, can get you the air yards. He's got ball skills. He can really rack you up fantasy points in the right system. For real NFL-wise, he can be a good wide receiver 2 or 3, really put in the slot or on the outside and really stretch things out for your alpha to be able to work. But in the right system with the right volume, can be productive. I think Cedric Tillman's going to get draft capital. I think he's a sneaky guy to bet on right now. He's got size. I think due to his size, due to what he was doing in 2021 before the injury, I think NFL teams are looking at that. I think he's going to hold more value than what we think. I think if he was healthy throughout 2022, we'd be singing and dancing differently towards him. That being said, Jalen Hyatt, I got him in C by himself, and that's because he was very good last year, has a decent athletic profile, can get downfield, make things happen. He's a little bit slight, doesn't have the productivity over the course of his career that you want. Wanted him to go in the first round, and if he fades to the second, man, it's going to be a hard look. He's already a hard look in the first. He might be better for the NFL than he is for fantasy. We just got to see who's going to be his quarterback. If he gets like a Justin Herbert or something like that, he can play with the Tier B guys, but right now, you're just going to have to wait. I like Jonathan Mingo. Same light as Cedric Tillman. The one thing about Jonathan Mingo, I'm kind of floating him around. That's just how I am. It's his production profile. It wasn't overly productive. Wasn't the most productive wide receiver I will miss. Late breakout age. He has a highlight tape for days, though. Big guy. Has that size-adjusted athleticism. So he's a hybrid of Tier B and Tier C. We're not making a new tier for him. Just know that I'm flipping him around a bit. Going to Tier D, I love Kayshon Boutte. I really want to see where he goes in the draft. He can turn it around if he gets healthier, really rehabs, and just develops. That could really happen. He could be a turnaround guy. So he's not dead to me unless he's dead to the NFL. Really want to see what happens there. And then coming off the board here in my rankings, I'm just throwing in my guys. And some of these guys may not be the best guy, but these are my guys. I like Trey Palmer a lot. I like his athleticism. I like that he was a high-end recruit coming out of high school. I like that he instantly went to Nebraska and was mega productive. I like Trey Palmer a lot. I also like Jaden Reed. And it's not like I like one ahead of the other. I like Jaden Reed too, dude. Dude's nuanced, strong hands. I'm pumping him up the board a little bit. I think he's going to be a good, productive wide receiver. I think he can really help his NFL team. And whether or not he can be good in fantasy, we're just going to have to see how he works within his system, within his confines. But Jaden Reed has a lot of talent. Xavier Hutchinson's got some size, sticky hands, the right draft capital, right place. Could be productive. Same thing with A.D. Perry. He's got some good market share metrics on his career. Can be a guy that can really excel. He could be a sleeper, could be a dark horse. Parker Washington is a big slot wide receiver that you can catch for a discount. And then Raheem Jarrett, former 5-star recruit with some athleticism who really underperformed. Rashee Rice, I'm going to give him some respect. He can be in this tier with the D guys. And he's a G5 wide receiver, older prospect, but he has a hell of a highlight tape. He has some production, so you can't write him off. Let's see where he goes in the NFL draft before we completely write him off. Puka Nacua, Michael Wilson, these guys showed up at the Senior Bowl. Dontavian Wicks has been a heavy asset of mine that I've been looking at. Now we're in draft season. I've been diversifying away from him. But if you're looking for a late-round dark horse, Dontavian Wicks is a guy you may want to look at with some reach, some size that can really help you out, along with some good athleticism. Tank Dell, speedy wide receiver you can put in the slot, very nuanced but very undersized, but could exceed his production profile here, exceed his size limitations. However, it's not very likely either, but he could be a very good NFL wide receiver nonetheless because he is a good player. Charlie Jones, a lot of people like him. He did come on strong here at Purdue, but again, he's an older prospect, limited production, like 1 year. I'm not in on that. We got the fake Jeff Janis, Andre Vasquez. I am not in. I like Ronnie Bell, but an older wide receiver, slot guy. Might be able to help an NFL team, but for fantasy purposes, probably not going to happen, but could be a dark horse late. Dante Demas has some interesting stuff in his prospect profile, some market share metrics earlier in his career, but I just don't see it happening either. Same with Tyler Scott. Daniel Jeremiah is higher than expected on him, but he's a slot guy. I don't see him being overly productive as well for a fantasy football basis, so I'm not taking too many shots on him. Going over these rankings, I feel like I'm pretty solid with what I got here. I'm pretty good. Really, A1, B, C. Those are the guys you're drafting, putting high-end draft capital. D, you're monitoring and you're taking shots on. E and F, it just depends on where they go in the draft. But that's it for the rankings here as we head for the NFL draft. Let me know in the comments below who you're looking to draft in your rookie draft. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's only going to help you get ready for your rookie drafts and everything else. I want to thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.